I'm coming.
That's okay. I'm going to shut up now.
Okay. One second. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Oh, Chai is here too. Yay. Great. Okay, here. Okay, this is so much fun. All right, so you guys can hear me? You're there? Is Chaya there too? And Stephanie, Tzipora, Fegala? Okay, I don't see them yet. Okay, 1 second. I hope they got on. Okay, yeah, yay. It's always a miracle. It is like such a miracle. It's such a miracle. Great. And Chaya, you're there also. I hope Chaya is there. Wow. Okay. We've got, oh, yeah, there you are. Yay. We missed you. Baruch Hashem. Wow. This whole thing, it's a miracle that people that, it's just the idea of Zoom and you people from everywhere. And we're all going to share together and learn together. And it's almost Rosh Hashanah. Okay, I'm just going to start. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Wow. So I keep sending out the whole list of all the things about the shofar. So you guys at any point unmute and share and tell me what you think. But the thing that I learned right before I came to this gathering right now was the Torah, that when you hear the shofar, it's revealing to you what Dafka you're supposed to do this year, what you're supposed to do. There are different times of the year that you take on new tafkidim, you take on like on Erev Pesach, and now for the new year for sure. You see, Nitzavim, we're all standing together. We're all getting the Torah, and Zizi is here too. Yay, Zizi is here. We're all getting the Torah. And it's all the mitzvahs for all of us. But each one of us is connected to certain mitzvahs and an individual mitzvah that we have to concentrate after this year, mamash this year, this new year. So we're trying to figure it out. We are trying to figure it out. You, me, all of us. So when we hear the sound of the shofar, we're mamash praying that God will reveal it to us individually. Exactly what we need to be concentrating on this year, what we need to be doing. Wow. So I'm blessing you indeed. It says also we learned, this is like from the Kamarna, that when you say Kativa v'chatima tova, you're creating these malachim in the world that are melitz yosher, that mamish, they're like our advocates in heaven. They say you're blessing people every moment. We're telling God to really bless you. So I say his name so many times. There's a young boy, maybe he's already almost 17. Like he's been in a coma for a whole year. He was in a car accident. Aiden Chaim Shalom ben Alta Braina. And that this Alta Braina is Ima Shreb Koyach Gewalt, Alta Braina Bas Rivka Bina. Wow, all the, like when you think that you have challenges and this you know it, and what is God doing to me? And then when you hear the tzaras that somebody else is going through, wow, wow, wow. It says that if we all bring our pekalach into a big room, and then we have to choose which tzaras we want, which pekalach we want, we'll just pick our own because we're familiar with it. We know what it is and we can deal with it. And we'll just pick our own. Wow, wow, wow. And so listen, it's just another few days from now. It's Erev Shabbos. It's mostly Shabbos Sunday. And that's it. No, it's Monday night. Wait, it's Sunday. It's Monday. It's Monday. So it's Sunday night. No, it's really very soon. It's really very, very soon. Yeah, that's what we wrote. Rosh Hashanah. No, Rosh Hashanah is Monday night. Rosh Hashanah is Monday night. So we have Sunday night also and Monday. So it says that we've been learning this the whole time, not to judge other people, to always be melamed zchut, to judge meritoriously, because when you judge somebody else, God forbid, we don't want to be judging ourselves. Like if we think, God forbid, mom is something bad about somebody else, then it shouldn't come down on us. We have to be really careful, very, very, very careful, very, very careful. Wow. Today was the creation of the world. Kaf Hey. Kaf Hey was the creation of the world. And wow, breathe in all these things that's going on right now. God's just created the world. And right before Shabbos, he creates Adam and Chava. And, it went around that we should all light candles a little bit earlier. And that's also something that for women, it says that for the chet that Chavala did, eating from the Eitz Hadas, we should light candles a little bit earlier because, if she had been in tune to Shabbos coming and what she needed to do and what she needed not to do. And this brings in the next Torah is that Adam should have covered for her. When God said, what's going on here? Adam, what's happening? And he said, Oy vey, Chava gave me from the Eitz Hadas to eat. It says that when the chassan bedecks the kala, he does it with his left hand, that the left hand is not judgmental. And he's also telling her when he covers her face, does the bedecking, that no matter what, I'm always going to cover for you. I'm always going to cover for you. And that's what imas do. Imas cover for their children all the time. And that's what husbands and wives, I'm blessing all of us. We can cover for each other. We can cover for our husbands. They cover for us. Because like HaLevy Yitzhak, he's ready to steal everybody's sins. He's ready to steal all the sins of the world. Are we ready to mamish also steal our neighbor's sins and our friends' sins, our children's sins, our husbands? Yes, we have to be ready. We have to be ready to steal all the sins, to be ready to steal them all. Wow, wow. But that's on thinking positively. When we meet somebody, if we haven't met them in a long time, or if we meet somebody all the time, whatever it is, whatever, that we should, mama, share good words. You have no idea where the other person is at and how much they need a good word, Wow, I'll tell you that, I have a little jabala. I help somebody out in their house, and I did something, I just clean their special spaces, and I didn't check my WhatsApp for a long time. And then, because we had lots of guests yesterday, and then at night, I see she wrote back to me. She said, whatever you did, I really feel like there was new energy in her room, and it was really, really made her feel good. If we can make each other feel so good all the time, wow. I always tell this story between husband and wife. You give your husband a big shopping list, and he comes back, and so you say, whoa, why'd you buy this? I didn't have this on the list. What did you get? I don't understand why couldn't you read my writing? And each thing he got, it wasn't good. But then there's another whole scenario. The husband comes back and she says to him, whoa, you did even better than me. Wow, I wouldn't have thought to get this instead of, that was such a good thing to do. That was really a good thing to do. And after she praises him for everything that he does, that he's got the job. He's got the job. She'll never have to go shopping again. So I'm blessing all of us also, that whatever anybody does for us, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. And only say good things. I'll tell you, God is waiting up for us to say good things. And that's what Rosh Hashanah is all about. Rosh Hashanah. We love God so much. We want the whole world to love God. We're mamish making God king of the whole world. That's what Rosh Hashanah is all about. And we're saying such good things about God. We're appreciating everything he's doing for us. We're mamish appreciating every single thing he's doing for us. Wow, take deep, 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 deep breaths. Wow, wow. Well, that shofar reminds us how holy we are, how holy we can be, all our potential. Okay, so wait, are you ready for a story? I'll tell the story. There was this Pesach Frumkin, and he was the great grandson of Reb Moshe Kobrina. But Nebuch, I guess, he couldn't read. He couldn't read. And nowadays, there's so many ways if someone can't read to teach them to read. There's so many different teachers and methods and therapies, and everybody could learn how to read. No one gives up on learning how to read. But in those days, they didn't know what to do. And here, he's mamish a great grandson of a Rebbe. What is he not going to go to Kollel? What's he going to do? But he's sitting there and he mamish can't read. And so the other students, they knew. And it was a kollel. He's already married. He has to support a wife and children. And they started making fun of him. And they wanted him to read this and read that. And mamish put him on the spot. He was so embarrassed. He just ran out of the base medrash, and it was freezing outside. He's running to the forest. And he said to the Ribbono Shalom, how did you let that happen to me? I'm so full of shame and I don't know what to do. And he was crying and screaming from the deepest depths of his heart. And God heard him. God heard all his prayers. And he had a bus call, go back to the base measures. It's going to be okay. You're going to be able to read. A miracle. Mamish, a miracle happened. He goes back to Kollel and he can read. He can mamish read. God made mamish a miracle. Really a miracle. Wow. So the story is because when you hear the sound of the shofar, also it's the sound of longing what we really want for, one for ourselves, one for our children, one for our parents, one for our friends, the longing, our deepest prayers, our deepest prayers. And it says also when you hear the sound of the shofar, there should be no speikot, no doubts. Speikot has to do with a malek. There should be no evil in the world, no amalek in the world, no doubts in the world. Wow. So talking about doubts and zivugim, we have to mamish, like, try to help anybody and everybody, so that nobody should be alone. Shlomo always wanted to help put people together, and he helped us really stay together also. That's also not so easy. Once you get together, let's stay together. That's another whole story. Wow. So there was the Kapishnitzer, and he was the grandson of the Ohev Yisrael. And he goes to his uncle, the Chortkava. He goes to his uncle because he wants to know if they made him a shidduch, he's supposed to get married, if she's really his zivug. And so he goes to the Chortkava, his uncle, to see if this was really the zivug that was called out for him in heaven. And sure enough, the Chortkava says, she was called out for you. And he said, okay, then I don't even need to see her, not even one time. If you tell me that she's called out for me, I don't even need to see her. He had so much faith. So I'll tell you also, the shofar is also about having faith in tzaddikim, because it says, shufar de Yaakov, that Yaakov Avinu had a beautiful, beautiful face. And it says when we see each other's faces, how could we not love each other so much? Mamish, we see God's light in each other's eyes, in each other's face. And wow. Give me 1 second. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. I just want to tell you that last week, when I had my cutest little granddaughter, HaLevy, sitting right next to me. So before her, my son, her Abba, picked her up. We went out for waffles. And we bought the biggest waffle in all of the old city with ice cream. And she started to eat it. But then my son was picking her up in Har Zion. He couldn't get through Shar Yafo because thousands of people are going to Slichas this whole week. And so we ran to Har Zion. And my son was so cute, also talking about giving each other good words. I left him with the waffle, and he opened up the waffle. I guess I never bought him a waffle, only the granddaughter. And he sent me a WhatsApp message and said, Ima, this was an epic historical waffle. Never in my life did I see such a waffle. He was so funny. So I'm blessing all of us that every opportunity we have, that we should appreciate each other and bless each other and say such good things to each other. Okay, so this is also, it's a pretty funny story. There's this guy who passed the red light. And he gets a ticket. But I don't remember it exactly, but it was something like, when he crossed this red light, why did he cross it? Because he sees somebody that he wants to meet, and he thinks it's mamish his zivug, but he gets this ticket, mamish, he doesn't find the person's gone, and how will he ever find his zivug? He can't find this person. And then he has to even go to court for the ticket. Not only did he lose this person that he really wants to meet, but he has to go to court. So the court day comes, he goes into the courtroom, and everybody's quiet. The judge comes into the room. The judge is this lady that he wanted to meet. She's the judge. She is the judge. So it's a mashal. It's a mashal for mamish. Mamish the king, Mamish the God. God is the judge on Rosh Hashanah. And even if we cross red lights, even if we made a million mistakes, and then we see Mamish the king, the great judge, it doesn't matter all the things that we did wrong. Mamish, we've been waiting to see the king. We've been waiting to see the king. How fabulous, how fabulous. Even if we got the ticket, it doesn't matter. Just to be close, to see the judge, just to see the judge. So I'll tell you that on Rosh Hashanah, we're mamish like supposed to really be b'simcha. We don't sit there and cry and crack. We mamish have to dance. We have to dance. Rosh Hashanah, it's praising the king and singing and knowing that mamish God is in charge of everything and that everything is good. That everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Did you want to say something? No. Okay. My husband's here. He's in the class inconspicuously. Naomi came too. Yay, Naomi's here also. Okay, so listen. Wow. Yeah, because when you love someone, you want everyone to love them. You love God so much. You want the whole world to know that there's a God in the world, the whole world. Listen to this. It says that if you remember all the averas you did, God's going to forget them. But if we forget all the averas and we're not really fixing them and we're not really fixing our midot and doing tikkunim, now this is the last Shabbos of the year. It says this Shabbos, this last Shabbos, fixes all the Shabboses, Gewalt. Okay. Wow, so I'm blessing all of us. We should have good guests. We should eat the food of Shabbos. Is like eating the man from Shemayim. And Gewalt, and we're starting Shemitah year. We're starting the Shemitah year. Wow. Okay. And all right, it says that every single person, we said before, has a special tafkid in the world. How are we going to fill the world with God's honor? What do we do? How are we going to do it? Well, for one thing, we have to do it for simcha. We have to do it all for simcha. And we talked about singing. It says those holy nigunim on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are mamish. They're handed down to us generation from generation to generation from the Beis Hamikdash. They are nigunim from the Beis Hamikdash. And so I'm blessing us that there was this one, I think I said it before, that there was one chazan from Mainz in Germany in the 15th century. He knew where every single note opened the gates in heaven. I bless us that all our melodies, all our nigunim, they're coming from the deepest depths of our hearts and they're opening up all the gates. And we're opening up the gates for each other. And I see Toby is here and Amy is here and Naval is here. Inconspicuously, I'm so glad you're all here. I'm telling you, you're making I'm so excited. I am so excited. It says when we hear the sound of the shofar, we're tasting Mashiach coming. We're mamish tasting Mashiach coming. I'm blessing all of us. Our Rosh Hashanah should be so high. I know I told the story before that my father was a chazan. And because in those conservative shuls, the 1 day a year or 2 days a year, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, that all the Yidden come to shul. So they had another minyan, and my father was the chazan. Zichrono Lefracha, he was the chazan. And after Rosh Hashanah, after 2 days of davening, and then when it was already in America, Yantif was over, I would call up my Abba. And I'd say, Daddy, I heard you're davening all the way to Yerushalayim. I heard you're davening all the way to Yerushalayim. And so I have one son in New Jersey, and he's going to be davening also Rosh Hashanah. And so I'm blessing all of us that we hear each other's davenings. We're opening up all the gates of Shemayim. I just heard this a little shir, just a little clip from Reb Melech Biederman. And he says, we have to mamish know that God is hearing all our prayers. God's going to answer us on Rosh Hashanah. We have to know it, everything we ask for. God is going to answer us. God is going to answer us. I'm blessing you and me. That we ask God the holiest things, the deepest things, the things that we're longing for the most in the whole world. That we're longing for most in the whole world. It says that when you hear the sound of the shofar, you're like free from your whole past. We're not stuck. We're not stuck anywhere. We're not stuck. And that's what I tell my children. I tell my children all the time. That why do you have to forgive each other? Because someone did something to you. Someone said something to you. But whenever it was, this person did tshuva. And he's got a new neshama. He has a new neshama. So what he did was from his old neshama. And he already has a new neshama. So I have to forgive him because that was in the old neshama. Now he has a new neshama. And we want people to forgive us. You know, Shlomo was so funny. He'd say, there's so many of us who like our old neshamas. We don't want our new neshamas. We have to be ready for the new neshamas. We have to be ready because every time God is mamish, really, his breath is going into the shofar and is going into our hearts, giving us a new neshama, giving us little by little. I think it doesn't all come all at once. I'm just going to answer the phone in case someone's coming for Shabbos. Okay, it's my Shayna Sarala. Hello? Okay, maybe she hung up already. I guess she had Ruach HaKodesh and we'll call her back later. Okay. So, wow. Yeah, I don't think we get the whole new neshama all at once. I think it really, little by little, every time we hear the shofar, every single day from this whole month, from Rosh Chodesh Elul till Rosh Hashanah, we get a little more. We get a little more of that new neshama. We get a little bit more. Wow. You know what happens? God forbid, evil, or Yetzer Hara, however we want to see it, can cut us off from holiness. So that's also what the shofar does. The shofar is mamish getting rid of all the evil in the world, getting rid of Amalek, getting rid of all the evil. And and giving us koyach to fight our Yetzer Hara. And I once said, for Yetzer Hara, do we really have a Yetzer Hara? Do we get angry? No, God forbid. We fixed that already. And I remember just as I was saying that, somebody called me up and started screaming at me. And I forgot the Torah that if someone's screaming at you, you say, oh, I love you so much. What can I do for you? Oi, I see you're in so much pain. And you really feel for the other person. But I forgot. And I just wanted to scream back. Because we forget. I'm blessing all of us. That when we need these Torahs, we should remember Zichronot. That's what it really is also. That it says that Rosh Hashanah is Malchuyot, is making God king, and Zichronot, all the things that we're supposed to remember. And the shofar, it's drawing us to our roots. I'll tell you, so bless one of my kids. One of my kids is coming to Yerushalayim. And somebody told somebody else who has a whole Shlomo minyan that there's so many Witt kids. One of them must blow shofar good. And so I was asking which kid is going to blow the shofar with this special Shlomo minyan. And so I asked each one, and then we found the right one. So I'm blessing that kid right now, that Gewalt. When he blows the shofar, Mamish, Rosh Hashanah, then we get each one of us gets the completion of our new neshama. And we have so much koach, and we won't kvetch and krechs that we want our old neshamas back. We're going to really love our new neshamas. We're going to get used to them, and we're going to be ready for whatever. That's what the shofar is, that God is talking to us. God is revealing things, and we have to be ready. We really, really have to be ready. God is mamish cleansing us, purifying us. Wow. So I'll just tell you, I always tell you that we live right in here, right next to the broad wall where there was a great miracle. I think it was the Erev Pesach, and all of the army of the Syrians, they were mamish knocked off. And it was just, the whole thing was miraculous. There's different girso, different writings about it, exactly what kind of miracle had. Maybe there was like, they all died from a plague, or they all ran away because they were scared of the Jews, all different things. But it says that when you live near a place that has a miracle, your life becomes more miraculous every moment. Every moment your life is mamish. You see the miracles in your life so clearly. So clearly. And that's why thousands of people come to the Kotel, because it's a holy place, and people just, this whole month, it's amazing. People getting off the train, the buses for the whole night, the number 2, the number 1, and whoa, just people coming all the time. And it says you also go to Kfarim, all of Elul, to visit people that were you very close with, parents that left the world. And because Kfarim also are very holy, because their neshama is a part of their neshama is still there. And when we hear the shofar, we're mamish thinking of the Beis Hamikdash, mamish thinking of a God consciousness that's mamish flowing out in the world. Again, feeling God's glory in the whole world. And my husband, his particular place that he used to like to take people, and we could still go, was Chulda's Gate. And Chulda's Gate is like, it's a gate that it's closed. But we did visualizations by Chulda's Gate, and we mamish got back into the Beis Hamikdash, because each one of us, every single neshama, has been in the Beis Hamikdash, and we just go back. We go back to the time that we were there. We go back to that time, beyond time and space. Wow! It says also that whatever we're working on, each one of us has a different midah to work on, something we have to fix. But when we're working on it and we're fixing it, we must be on other people that we don't even know that are working on the same thing. And if we can fix it, we're helping all the people in the whole world that are working on the same thing. Wow. Is that we want to be part of that light that God is bringing down, that's illuminating the whole world. We just had Kaf Hey. Some of you are still in Kaf Hey. And the creation of the world, illuminating the world with God's light, illuminating the whole world with God's light. Wait, I'll tell you something else. Also, when we were talking about Shofar to Yaakov, and Yaakov Avinu was so beautiful, and Shofar means beauty. It says that every single day of our lives, you know, God forbid, we have to sometimes think, what if this is my last day here? You never know when we're going to leave. We should all live till 120 and have so many things to fix that we're going to stay here. We're going to stay here for a while. But God forbid, if it was our last day, we wouldn't do shtuyot, and we wouldn't say anything bad, and we would just love everybody more. And we would see all the beauty that's around us all the time. I don't know if everybody if you get up too early, I don't know. I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. But the sunrise is so beautiful. And the sunsets are so beautiful. And every single day, we have to see all that beauty, So I said this last week that we have to have an empty jar. And every day, write something beautiful that happened and put it in that jar. So next year, Erev Rosh Hashanah, you can read all the beautiful things that happened to you. When you think, what did I do this year? What happened this year? You'll only have a whole jar full of the most beautiful moments from the whole year. Wow, it's such a gift. Life is such a gift. Every moment is such a gift. Wow. And when you hear the shofar, Rabbi Nachman says, you hear the song of the world to come. You hear the song of the world to come. I'm blessing us. We're going to hear it all together. And I was going through all my old files. As I said, okay, this is the last class before Rosh Hashanah, but I don't think we're going to get together all of Tishrei. So I'm inviting everybody to our sukkah. And I know it's very hard if you're in Chutz La'aretz to get here, but we have to really pray that miracles happen and everybody can come. And if you have to quarantine, I invite you to quarantine right in my sukkah. And wow, last year I was mamish crying. We made the most beautiful, we hired this kid, Yitzchak. His name is Yitzchak, and I found him and I wrote his number in my phone. We're going to ask him to help us build a sukkah. He built us the most big, beautiful sukkah in the world. And then as soon as the sukkah was built, we listened to the news and it said that there was a segir. God forbid it shouldn't happen this year, but no one could come to our sukkah. Oh, I was crying. But then a friend all the way in Australia, she tells me that if you have any relatives that you can invite to your sukkah and they stay the whole week because they're a relative, then that's okay. You can invite them. I quickly called up this friend, Rivkala. She was in Yerushalayim. She's from Australia too. And she didn't have a sukkah and she didn't have arba minim. And I said, you're going to save my life. Come to our sukkah. You could sleep in the house. We sleep in the sukkah. But we can have you the whole week. She saved my life. She literally saved my life. I couldn't imagine having all of sukkahs without one guest. Of course, you have all the Ushpizin, I'm sure Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, all of them came. I'm sure all of them came, and they should all come to our sukkahs that we're going to build this coming year. They're all going to come. But I just wanted to thank my friend Rivkala that she saved my life by coming the whole week. What I told her, I said, you are now my relative. Get here quick. And she had a letter. She's a social worker. I said, it's a sign. If you get through Shar Yafo, you've made it. And she got through Shar Yafo with her letter. She ran. Last year's Sukkot was Erev Shabbos. She got to us just in time to light candles with us, and she was with us the whole week. So I bless us that we mamish have real guests. The Ushpizin, they all come. And then I thought we better learn something quick for Yom Kippur because, oh, okay, Yom Kippur too. So I'm just going to learn a little bit, Rebbe Nachman. Yom Kippur, forgive me that I didn't send this out. I only found it like yesterday, but it's great Torah. Great Torah, and I'll read it slowly. Yom Kippur hu klaliyut kol hayamim. Yom Kippur includes all the days of the whole year. And Yom Kippur gives life to the every day of the whole year. And Yom Kippur itself, it mamish, it like submits into our heart to be close to all the ritzonot, whatever Hashem wants us to do, we're there, whatever Hashem wants us to do. And V'al yidei zeh nitbatel kol minei machlokot. Yom Kippur, mamish, the day itself is so holy. There shouldn't be any machlokas. No machlokas. The Gashmius, the Ruchnius, on a physical level, on a spiritual level. Na'aseh shalom. Yom Kippur, the day of Yom Kippur brings peace to the world, Okay, so you have to remember all these things when Yom Kippur comes, because after Rosh Hashanah, then there's Aseret Yemei Tshuva, all the way to Yom Kippur. Al Yidei Zeh Nimshach Sason V'Simcha. Even on Yom Kippur, Mamish, we have to be V'Simcha. God is forgiving all of us. God loves us. I'll tell you I'm finishing the Kol Chevra right now. And I remember a Kol Chevra from a few years ago. Somebody wrote their story. They're an Israeli family, but they were very secular. But he wanted to really know something about Yom Kippur. He goes to shul, and mamish, they're all singing and dancing on Yom Kippur. He was so turned on to Yiddishkeit. Never in his life did he see people singing and dancing on Yom Kippur. And he mamish gevald. He mamish started learning Torah. Mamish has a from family, just from all the simcha on Yom Kippur. Kafi hasalachna shepo'olin b'yom HaKippurim. When you say, please God, forgive me, and we ask each other to forgive each other, Zochin, this is so funny, because Rabbi Nachman ties in every Yontif to the next Yontif. So after Yom Kippur and Sukkot, and the next one is Chanukah. And he says, if you have a good Yom Kippur, then you'll be Zoche, you'll merit a good Chanukah. Because Chanukah is also all about the Beis HaMikdash and renewal and rededicating. And on Yom Kippur, you have a whole service called the Avodah. The Avodah of the Kohanim, the Kohen Gadol goes to the Kodesh Kedoshim, and the Kohanim do this whole Avodah in the Beis HaMikdash. I love that the best. Everybody bowed down all the way on the floor, and then no one knows exactly when to get up, and everybody's looking to see when we should get up. But it is like, whoa, to mamish, like really, that's the way they bow down in the Beis HaMikdash. You want to come through, Ruben? You want to come? Okay. So,
Are you unmuted?
It's got frozen.
Hi.
Is
I
she
think
present? She's present.
Can
She
someone
does-
text her?
Yeah, I can text her, but just a sec. We're not, okay, I'll text her. I'll WhatsApp her.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait a second, Emuna.
Oh, where'd she even go? Oh, she dropped out.
You're frozen. You're frozen. She won't be able to get her WhatsApp either, because if she's frozen, it means her computer's frozen, or maybe, well, I don't know if her phone is on the Wi-Fi.
She's not on here. She dropped out of the class. You're the
I'm Victoria. Hi.
Hi, yeah, wait.
Is there a chat? I can't find a chat function. Maybe we can tell her on the chat.
If you take your little button where it says mute at the top to unmute it. Nava, I sent you a note. Anyway, is everybody unmuted? You're not
No.
unmuted?
Not everybody.
It's still recording.
I know it is. So, oh, right, it's recording. Okay. I forgot about that. I
So
don't
people-
feel like being on YouTube.
Amy Katz, can you turn your video on?
She might not be there.
But how I see Emuna now? No,
Hi,
not-
Nava.
Hello.
Yeah.
I sent you a message. How are you feeling?
I answered Baruch Hashem and with the heart. With the heart sticker.
If you can hear me, Emuna thought she tried to come back.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, Czechoslovakia. So she is on WhatsApp, so the connection worked, probably something with computer. I don't know. She thought she
I sent
tried
her a
to-
WhatsApp. Let me phone her. Just a second, calling her.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back in. Wait 1 minute for me. I'm trying to get back in,
Ha-
okay?
Well, you're totally out. Okay. She's trying to get
Yeah,
back in. Okay, we're waiting for you.
I heard her saying that though.
Oh, she's going to freak out. Nava, how are you?
Toda Rabba, Baruch Hashem. And now I noticed I'm not in Tihar, but I'm good with my hair, just with ladies. Can?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Toda Rabba, because
Wait a second. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Because my daughters are always okay with ladies.
can I also learn like this, but I never did it on Zoom. I always like try to dress up, but somehow I missed today. I mean to properly dress up.
No matter what, in Jerusalem, everything you wear is proper. In America, you get dressed up to go in the car. Not here.
Ah, but I mean, my mama says all of my like nightwear is like good to the street. But one time I felt very weak, so I went just to the closest Mecolet with my pajama. But it's really like a dress with like pants. So, but my neighbors like stabbed me that I'm not so snooze because my elbow was a little bit out when I moved my hand during speaking.
That's okay. My Rebbitzin once told me my T-shirt after, all of a sudden my neckline was showing more. And she's a Soloveitchuk. And she said to me, she says, nobody with a black hat's going to marry you. And I went, oy vey, I'm going to get a black hat. I said to her, I'm quite happy with
Hi,
this.
Amy Katz.
I mean, truly, I live in Gaula, so what to do?
So are you two in America, Naomi and Amy?
I'm actually Toby, but yes.
You're Toby. But you've got
Yeah.
Naomi there.
Yeah, I'm using her link.
Oh, you're my daughter. You're in Vermont.
Yes, I'm in Vermont.
I
Yeah,
think
she's my rabbi.
my favorite part. I stayed at the Swift House Inn,
Oh, yeah?
and yeah, I
Where
love
does your
it.
daughter live? Did you say your daughter's in Vermont?
No, she's in a campground
In Vermont?
somewhere in Vermont, actually, and she lives in Muncie, but she told me she wants to open up a bed and breakfast in Vermont. That's where she's going to retire.
Awesome.
Oh, wait a sec. I think
I hope it's going to be a kosher one.
Tell everybody I love them. I lost my internet. I don't know what happened. I don't
So-
want everyone to wait.
Do you want to walk over here? You want to walk
No,
over?
no, 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 no. Just tell everybody to bless each other. You're in charge, Victoria. Tell
I'm
everyone
not
to
in
bless
charge.
each
I'll
other.
give it to everybody. You're on
We can hear
speaker.
you, Emuna. We can hear you.
And
Nami,
it's still recorded.
Imuna,
Yes.
just
Yes.
talk. Everybody can hear you.
Oh, everybody can still hear me like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
What a crazy thing. What a crazy thing. I always tell everybody to pray that I don't lose my internet, but I lost it somehow. Okay, I'll just say one more thing.
No, finish what you have to say.
Okay. It says, if he talked about Rabbi Nachman and Big Mikdash, that wow, that God created the world because He wants to be here with us, and He goes inside of each and every one of us. It says, "Asuli Mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham." That b'tocho lo nemar ela b'tocham, inside each and every one of us. Wow, each and every one is like a little Beit HaMikdash, and every person's home is like a little Beit HaMikdash. And it says the tachlis of the whole creation of the heavens and the earth is that our moach, our consciousness, and our heart should know that God is mamish, the God, the King of the world. That He should be able to have a place in the world with us, with each and every one of us, So, wow, it should be the best Rosh Hashanah ever.
Amen. Amen.
She made tshuva and the best Yom Kippur. But everybody should, mamas, give each other a bracha, each and every one of us. So, okay, I even love to everybody who's there, but everyone said something. Toby, can you hear me? Will you give everybody a bracha?
Yes.
Okay.
I recently read that Reb Shlomo says the most important thing we can do is to revive each other. So something that you said, Emuna, today reminded me of that. And I think that's what it is all about. Rosh Hashanah is all about reviving each other and bringing each other. He would talk about bringing each other Mashiach moments. So like when you're talking about your friend who came for Sukkot and really saved your life, that's how we have to see each other, that each person in our lives is really saving our lives and reviving us because they are alive in this world. And even the people who aren't alive anymore, they're also reviving us. And we should really, the shofar, I was also thinking when you were talking about the shofar that we need to forgive each other. I think that's what it does. The shofar, when we blow the shofar, we get all the stuck places inside of ourselves unstuck. And then we can move to Yom Kippur, move to the Seret Yemei Tshuva, forgiving each other because we became unstuck. And the more we forgive each other, the more we become unstuck, and the more we can really receive all the forgiveness that Hashem is forgiving us. So we really can start anew and go into Sukkot, really dwelling with each other, because right, I know, Emuna, I think about that on Sukkot, that I'm in your sukkah and you're in our sukkah, and we're all in each other's sukkahs. So I just want to bless everybody here that we become unstuck when we hear the shofar more and more and more, and that we see each other as each person is reviving us, and we're reviving each person in our lives by everything we do, and good yantif, and maybe just have the best whole yantif ever, just loving each other so much. And thank you so much, and Yasher Koach Emuna, for this awesome class. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Naomi, what does it mean?
Okay, who else wants to give a bracha?
I'd like to say something. I want to just add on to what Naomi said.
Reviving. בבקשה. Naomi. Naomi, you hear me? What does it mean, the word reviving?
Oh, revive, to give life, to
resuscitate.
like Mechaye Hametim, like to revive the dead. So we're reviving the parts of each other that are feeling like they're not alive at this moment, but we're reviving each other. We're giving each other life where we feel we're not alive.
אומן, תודה רבה. אוקיי, תודה.
Amen. Have a good yantif, Wait, is Chaya there too? Chaya, are you still there?
Zizi wanted to say something.
Zizi, please say something.
I just want to add on to what Naomi said and what you said last week, that in the beginning, a new year means becoming unstuck, and to be unstuck in our relationships with people, things that keep us from being nice to other people and not accepting them, to try to get over it and to get unstuck so you can have achdut with each other, which is the most important thing now. That's it.
Amen.
Thank you, Naomi. Shana Tova Metukat, everybody.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova Metuka Bria.
Tova.
Oh, Munala?
Yeah.
Hi, Sephora Fagel. So thank you for everything, and thank you for sending that the list of all the different things with the shofars. I love that. I'm gonna print it out and bring it with me and study it during Bezrat Hashem. I like how it's in the different sections.
I'll tell you, it's mostly Shlomo, and then my girlfriend, like Harusa Ilana Friedman, wrote things, and I added things, and it's all a conglomeration. Yeah, so it should be a high shofar blowing, the best shofar blowing. We should hear Mashiach coming. Was there somebody else that wanted to say something?
Can Batzion Czechoslovakia say something? Hey, where'd she go? Hey, Batzion, can you say something?
Betsy, are you there?
She's gone.
Hey, no, I am here.
Oh, where are you?
You're there.
Oh, good.
Shalom, Erev Tov. Nice to see you all again. Wish you Shana Tova, Umetuka. I don't know if I can say also Sukkot Sameach. I don't know if we will have classes. So that's all. I did prepare my stuff already because I'm traveling for a whole holiday out of my house.
We're so glad you made it here to be with us. We're so happy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm home today, so today it's working for me.
Good. Baruch Hashem. Wow. Wait, is Chaya still there also? Did Chaya want to say something?
Nava is here and Victoria.
Okay, Victoria.
I just wish everyone a Shana Tova. I can hardly wait to see you when we all get back. And
Amen.
we'll all be the same different.
I love you guys so much. I love you so much.
I have a thought also. So from now this shiur and from other places, I'm hearing a lot that we should forgive each other and love each other. But yeah, mamash, I agree. but just now it came to me that we forget to mention that it would be very nice to love ourselves, you know.
Okay.
So I would like to bless everybody for Rosh Hashanah and for the new year, a better relationship with ourselves.
Amen.
Very, very lovely relationship. I think it can be a base. Huh? Okay.
Okay, guys, whoever can to visit the old city, please find me, find our sukkah, and have the best yontif, the best yontif.
Are we meeting next week, and Emuna?
No,
No?
I
Not
think we're
next week.
going to learn until after Yom Kippur. When is our next class? I don't know.
I think it's probably Rosh Chodesh, probably after Tishrei, after Sukkot.
Oh, okay.
But I'll write to all of you. God willing, my internet will be okay soon. I can't believe it that I just lost my internet, but it's coming.
amazing. It's amazing, Emuna, because
Oh, I'm using my left hand.
it's amazing. It's amazing because we still had the class, even though you.
I love you so
Yeah.
much. Love you. Thank you.
Very true, Toby. Very true. We still had the class.
And Emuna, you're still here with us, so it was just amazing. What a miracle! Amazing. Thank you, Victoria, for doing that.
No, you guys reminded me. I forgot that I could do it.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Thank you.
Shabbos, good
Shabbat
Yontif.
shalom. Shana tova.
Looking forward to hearing everyone's stories.
And we'll definitely be more intimate in the new year.
And definitely we'll be sitting in each other's sukkahs.
Amen. She's gone.